scientists suggest something surprising. The way you sleep may affect your brain, breathing, spine, and digestion more than most people realize. Have you ever woken up with a stiff neck, a sore back, or that heavy, foggy feeling and wondered whether your sleeping position is part of the problem? Stay with us until the end, because the difference between a good position and a bad one is not just comfort. It can shape how well your body recovers overnight. According to sleep data summarized by major sleep organizations, side sleeping is the most common position in adults in the U.S. Back sleeping comes second, and stomach sleeping is the least common. A Better Sleep Council survey also found that sleep position can vary by age, sex, and even education level, which tells us this is not just habit, it can reflect comfort, body mechanics, and health concerns. 1. Side sleeping, the strongest all-around choice. If you want the most versatile option, side sleeping is often the best starting point. In broad sleep guidance, side and back sleeping are considered healthier than stomach sleeping because they make it easier to keep the spine supported and balanced. Side sleeping also has a special advantage for the brain. Research on the glymphatic system suggests that waste clearance during sleep is tied to sleep itself, and animal studies found that lateral positioning improved clearance of waste, including beta amyloid, compared with prone positioning. That does not prove side sleeping prevents Alzheimer's in humans, but it does make side sleeping biologically interesting. For many people, the left side is especially useful if reflux is a problem. Reviews of nocturnal reflux show that the left lateral position is associated with shorter acid exposure and faster esophageal clearance than supine or right side sleeping. That is why left side sleeping is often described as the digestion-friendly option. Best versions, the loose fetal position and the straight log position. Watch out for sleeping with your arms stretched forward too much, because that can irritate nerves and cause numbness. 2. Back sleeping, best for alignment, risky for snoring. Back sleeping can be excellent for spinal alignment because the head, neck, and spine are easier to keep neutral when you lie flat. Sleep guidance also notes that it can distribute body weight more evenly and reduce pressure on the neck, shoulders, and lower back. The problem is gravity. When you sleep on your back, the tongue and jaw can fall backward, which narrows the airway. That is why back sleeping can worsen snoring and is generally the worst position for obstructive sleep apnea. Sleep position therapy studies and reviews show that changing position can reduce snoring by keeping the airway more open. Head of bed elevation can also reduce airway collapse. Best for people with neck or back pain who do not snore much. Less ideal for heavy snorers or anyone with known sleep apnea. 4. Fetal position, comfortable but don't over-curl. A loose fetal position can be very comfortable and may help reduce snoring because it keeps the airway more open than a tightly curled posture. It is also commonly used during pregnancy. But curling too tightly can restrict the diaphragm, make breathing shallower, and stress the hips and knees. The key is to stay relaxed, not folded into a ball. 5. Stomach sleeping, usually the worst for the body. Stomach sleeping is generally considered the least favorable position. It forces the neck into rotation for long periods and can place extra stress on the spine. Sleep guidance consistently warns that this position is harder on alignment than side sleeping or back sleeping. The one upside is that it can reduce snoring because the tongue is less likely to fall backward into the throat. Still, for most people, the spinal cost outweighs that benefit. If you're a side sleeper, place a pillow between your knees to keep your hips aligned and reduce lower back strain. If you're a back sleeper and snoring is the issue, positional therapy can help. Studies on positional therapy show improvements in snoring-related outcomes, and head of bed elevation can also reduce airway collapse. If you're a stomach sleeper and can't switch immediately, reducing pillow height may ease neck strain, but the long-term goal should still be moving towards side or back sleeping. There's no perfect position for everyone, but the science is clear on the general pattern.
Side sleeping is usually the most balanced choice. Back sleeping is excellent for alignment but can worsen snoring, and stomach sleeping is usually the hardest on the neck and spine. Your body often chooses the position that feels least painful in the moment, but understanding the mechanics lets you make a smarter choice for long-term comfort and recovery. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Healthy Science for more evidence-based health videos. To your health.